Yeah, what's up guys, it's Nigel here, and today I'm back with another fighting game news for a month, and we're talking about July, because July has ended. Now, there was quite a lot of news that happened in July for the FGC, so we're just going to go over pretty much all of it if I can. If I miss anything, like I said, just let me know down below. There will be timestamps, if you want to skip to a certain section, and let's just get to the video. The first thing we're going to talk about is Mortal Kombat 1. Now, I was not expecting all those trailers to happen. Like, I knew they were going to start doing it eventually because running out of time, got about a month because, August, and then the game comes out in September. So they gave us about, 3 trailers, I think? 3? And they were all really good. We're going to start with the Gandhi one first. Now, right off the bat, when they showed Lee May, I knew exactly who she was because I remember her face from, like, the old games, like freaking the Armageddon days. I remember her face. And then, especially because in MKX, she showed up in that game too, so I'm like, well, that's a really distinctive face what she looks like. I'm really glad they brought her back because she's been requested for quite some time, if I remember. A lot of people have been wanting her and Natara and someone else. Or, as I say, Natari, maybe? I don't know. But she looks fun. She looks like she plays like Jackie Briggs with the fighting, like how she fights. Kind of reminds me of MMA, but I know it's not. And I like it. It looks really flashy, especially with like the fireworks, essentially, like the purple firework magic thing. I don't know what to call that. But it looks really cool. I like her new design and everything. She looks like she's going to be a really fun character to play. I might have her on my main roster as one of the mains, but I don't know yet. I need to like see more of her, what she can do. And then, next character they showed was Tanya. I think Tanya's always been a cool character. I don't know. I don't like her redesign, though. I don't like her gameplay looks fine in the trailer, but her redesign, I am not feeling it, dude. Maybe it's just me or something, but I think it's the hair. The hair is just... Because her face is okay. I don't really care about all that. But the hair is just... I'm not rocking with it. I do like the combat for her, though, with the boast. It's like a tri-staff, technically. I think that's the correct term for that weapon, where you can break it into 3 sticks. Or no, I think it's 3-section staff or something like that. I forgot. But I like that weapon. It's really cool. I'm glad that she has it. I also like how she has like Ashura arms or Azura arms. That is really cool too. I think that's like the really coolest part about her, honestly, is that. So I'm looking to see what else she can do with those arms. So I hope they show more of that, because that's really cool. And obviously they showed Baraka too. Now I do like how it's, instead of it like that being a race, it's actually a disease. I think that's actually very interesting. It's like, well, the only way for us to be, stopped, you gotta kill us, bro. It's like, it's that simple. We're about that, actually. I like that. And his gameplay is just insane. Like, I'll say this, MK11 gameplay not so good. Brock in that game was kind of fun though. Now this is probably gonna be the best version of Brock easily. Like, he's looking amazing in this game with like a little spin and everything too. No, dude, he's gonna be amazing. And they also showed Darius. I think that's how you say his name. It's not Darius. I think it's Darius. Now I am genuinely surprised that he's in this game, but the fact that he's a cameo fighter, I'm all for it. Like, he can be in this game. I'm cool with it. Seems like he has some cool assist moves, so I'm waiting to see more stuff, which they do show more. And the next trailer we're about to talk about, which is the Keepers of Time trailer, that talks about Garrison, mainly Liu Kang, but we already seen Liu Kang, so not too crazy except for his fatality. But that trailer was freaking amazing. Now, I'm not gonna use Garrus just because of the trailer, but I think that definitely makes him look way cooler compared to his addition in 11. Now, I think I'm not sure he's gonna be a mainstay now in the series, but I'm fine with it if he is, because in some way or shape or form, I think he's kind of replacing Jackson. How his moveset is, he's more grappler based, not like gotcha, bang bang bang, but WWE style, and I'm for it. I'm kind of for it, not replacing Jax, but him being in the game. Like, I think his moveset is fine. It looks really neat. Overall, the trailer too seems pretty cool as well. Like, I like what Liu Kang can do, but we already seen what he can do. His fatal blow looks really nice from both of their fatal blows look nice. And I like how the fact that the story pretty much just sums up to Fire God Liu Kang made a new server, and he's inviting everybody except for certain people. They're banned from the server, but they're trying to go into the server, and he's just banning everybody. And he's trying to like fix everybody. He's the moderator. He's the law. I like that. It's kind of funny. Both of their fatalities are pretty nice, especially Liu Kang. The fact that he sucks you into a black hole, I'm like, that's a black hole because you're turning into a noodle. That's a black hole. I'm like, that is never been done before. I like to see that. That's nice. That's a cool thing to see. That trailer was actually really... I think I like the Gandhi one more because it had 3 characters. I mean 4 technically, because cameo fighter included. And the fact that the Gandhi one also had female characters. Like, we have not seen any female character besides Katana, and they showed a little bit of Melina, so we don't even know what she really does, honestly. So it's like it's refreshing to see female characters too in the game, because I'm not sure how many they're going to be in this game. So it is refreshing to see, you know, something a little bit different, female characters like putting in some work. So yeah. And then speaking of characters too, DLC roster is looking really nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, actually, there's only a few picks I don't like, or no, only one. I don't like Quan Chi, so that's like the one dude I'm like, eh. Or no, Peacemaker too. Those are two I'm like, eh. Homelander, I'm for it. Omni-Man, I'm for it. I watch both those shows and have read or at least seen some stuff of the comics for Invincible, so it's really cool to see that they added him in the game. Omni-Man, I'm cool with that. Perfectly fine with that. Peacemaker, Takeda, that's a weird one. That's like I think that's the weirdest one out of everything here. The Takeda is the weird one. I do like that he's back. I'm not sure if I'm feeling his suit though, like too much. Maybe it's too futuristic. Maybe it's just me. I think it's a little too futuristic personally. And then when it comes to freaking Ermac, cool, but just can you fix his face, dude, or something? Can we stop doing this with Ermac, bro? You remember when Ermac would look cool back in the day, bro? I don't know what's going on. Like, Maximilian talked about it. A bunch of people talking about it. This dude looks like a mommy again. Why are we doing this? All they gotta do is just put a mask on him, bro. That's all they need to do. Like, back in the day, Ermac was just so cool. And, like, in his story, obviously, you know, he was a good guy back in the day. And he could beat anybody, which is crazy, too. But I don't know why they keep giving him bad design. But maybe they'll fix his face like how they fixed the Joker before he came out in MK11. I'm hoping for that, because there's gotta be... come on, bro. Can we not do this, bro? I know he likes souls and whatnot, but it doesn't mean he has to be old. Just put a mask on him or something. At least do something like that. But yeah, I pretty much like all the DLC characters except for like Quan Chi. I'm not even gonna really mention Quan Chi's there. You know, I'm gonna get pulled again. You know, that freaking move where he controls your body, you just get comboed. He's gonna have that probably. I don't like that. Peacemaker looks cool, I suppose, but not a really big Peacemaker fan. I haven't watched the show yet, so. And also it's cool that I think they're getting the voice actors for everybody to do the roles for the guest characters, so that's really nice. That's good. That's good. That's a good call. And I guess the last part, we got to talk about the Lin Kuei trailer too, which is kind of old. That was like 3 weeks ago, but I think in that trailer, that was a really good trailer too. The only thing that I'm like, about was, well, no, I like it, but I'm like, I gotta get used to it. Rain being a wizard, I don't know if I'm feeling that too much. Like, I think it's cool. He's not a ninja anymore though, which kind of hurts my feelings, but it's cool. I'm really glad that Smoke's back, if anything. Like, Smoke, cool. And they're all brothers, and technically. I think the story is for Smoke now is that when Smoke was a kid, his family went into like Lin Kuei ground or something. Then they're like, oh, you trespassed. They killed him. The Grandmaster was like, bro, why'd you just do that? And then he's like, all right, I feel bad. I'm adopt you with my sons, you know, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And then bada bang, bada boom, they were pretty much brothers, all of them. And then Scorpion and Sub-Zero are blood brothers, so Sub-Zero, not Sub-Zero, but Smoke would be, you know, the step-brother in the situation. But they're all brothers, pretty much. Now, which one's Hanzo Hasashi? Technically, they haven't said who Hanzo Hasashi is. We do know Bihan is Sub-Zero, so Hanzo Hasashi technically could be Smoke, in a sense, or it could be Scorpion. We don't know for sure yet, though. We do not know the details on that, but I'm looking forward to which one it would be, though. And if Kuai Liang is, like, even a thing anymore, too. So, that's interesting to think about. They did bring back Sector and Cyrax, which I think is cool as a cameo fighter, but I would have preferred them to be playable. Like, I think that's also another requested character, Sector and Cyrax. They have, or at least Cyrax especially, he's just not been, well, they have not been playable for a long period of time by themselves. Like, I could count Triborg in a sense because, like, you know, those two and Smoke together, but I don't know if I want to count that, honestly. So they haven't been playable since 9. I'm like, brother, please give them a chance. Like, I'm not even like a huge Sector and Cyrax fan, but I know a lot of people do like him. So I think it would be cool for them to come back eventually as a playable character. I'm hoping it's going to be this game, but we might have to wait until MK12, and that's going to be like 80 years or something. So I don't know, man. But that's pretty much just all the trailers that have happened as recent. There's been a lot of trailers this month, and they also did show some Johnny Cage and Scorpion gameplay too, showing off them and how Johnny Cage can cancel special moves and special moves to special moves, because it doesn't have the green stuff anymore. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. I think that's the one thing I want to talk about besides with those two. So like Scorpions, he's pretty much the same, that except he has a sickle and a spear, and his long range seems kind of nutty, honestly. I think that's like the highlight of Scorpion. His long range seems really good in this game. Well, at least is what it seemed like in that demonstration they had when they were fighting each other. So, but at least Johnny Cage, for him to do special move, he needs to taunt during the fight pretty much to get it, which it does seem relatively easy for him to do it, because it is a gameplay mechanic, but who knows. I'm perfectly fine with it because it seems like everybody's getting some crazy stuff in this game, so I ain't got no problem. Now, the most important information, though, besides all this trailer stuff and blah, 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 is one thing in the trailer that they said, which was the release date for the beta. The release of the closed beta, I mean. And that will be happening on the 18th of August, so this month. And it will go through the 18th to the 21st, but you need to pre-order the game to play the beta, which all you gotta do is spend your money. So, if you have money, buy it. If you don't, wait, and then wait for the game to come out, I guess. But I'm gonna be pre-ordering it, so I'm gonna be looking forward to playing it and seeing how it goes and seeing what characters they add. Now, that's pretty much all the MK news besides, like, you know, character profiles and stuff like that. And I haven't covered them because it would make the video way too long of going over the synopsis of the characters, but it's just like, you know, breakdowns of the characters. That's pretty much it. And it's not even all the characters, I don't think. But yeah, that is all the MK news. Next up is Tekken. Now, Tekken 8 got that trailer for Claudio Serafino. Now, me personally, I think I've talked about this before. I have used Claudio. Well, I'm actually main Claudio in Tekken 7. Like, that was my first kid I was maining. So I did want to use him, but I was like, nah, it's too hard. So I was like, Claudio, Haorong, then Eddie, then finally Kazuya, my true main. But, yeah, how do I feel about the trailer? I think they did a really good job of making him look even cooler compared to, like, the way he was in Tekken 7. He definitely has some new stuff. Like, the fact that he can just shoot the arrows mid-fight, like, for real, now I'm like, oh snap, this guy's really a Quincy now. He's all doing the JoJo poses and everything. I'm like, this guy, I think he's going to be a fan favorite to newcomers for sure. Just mainly because of the JoJo poses, honestly, and that he can do some, like, mystic stuff, and he's Italian. So, I think that's a good combination. For some reason, though, for me, at least, I thought the trailer felt short, but it wasn't really, if you look at the time. It's pretty much identical to the other trailers, but I really liked it, more of the story. Now, when it comes down to the other Tekken news, now, there was another Harada talk that was like 30 minutes. I'm just going to break down pretty much the current news that happened in there that was really important. Like, for instance, for one, when I think the Tekken 8 alpha happened, when people were playing it, they listened to a lot of feedback about the gameplay, what things that they should change. Like, for instance, rage arts were pretty much safe, essentially. Like, you couldn't get anything out of it. You couldn't hop kick or anything. Now you can, which is, like, thank goodness. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that. That was a little crazy of a change that they've had. So that's now a thing, so you can actually punish people if they do a rage art, pretty much, if you block it or whatever. And also, they took out heat energy, which was essentially you having 2 bars to spend, like, pretty much like a max mode thing. Like, you could just do a heat dash, or no, heat engager into a heat dash and continue the combo and make it super ultra long. They took it out, it's only 1 now, which is like, thank goodness. That was super scary because it seems like if you do a heat engager with somebody, like a, you know, the heat move, that's like a attack, you're plus. So imagine having 2 of those. Yeah, we didn't need that. But they did also change too with the heat engager. If you do it, you'll have a full bar of meter still, unless you use a another heat move, then it'll completely go away. But if you use a heat burst, it'll take about 25%. So you'll have a full meter at the start. You'll have 25%. I think that they take away. It could be 30. I don't know. I don't think they said the number on that actually. But you'll start off with that, and obviously if you use another heat move, your meter will go away entirely. So I think that's a good way to balance that out too, because they didn't want you to rely on the heat necessarily, and it was already a little complex in a sense too, so they wanted to make it simple and also make the game still a Tekken game. And I think they did a pretty good job of doing so, because it could have been the exact same, and I think a lot of people have been complaining about that, but they didn't, so hooray. Now, the next thing, probably Tekken 8 beta, the CNT. I didn't get in twice. I did not get the week 1 or 2, so you ain't gonna see no gameplay here. You're probably gonna be Harada or something talking. But it seemed like everybody had fun in the beta. The beta started for the PS5 version specifically on July 21st, and it ended on the 24th. And for the week 2, it was July 28th to the 31st, and then it ended. It seems like what everybody's saying about Tekken 8 so far, with the beta at least, or closed beta I should say, is that really fun game, but everybody hits really hard. That's normal for Tekken 8, but they hit really, really hard because of the new mechanics with the heat engager, especially for Paul. He can kind of just death fist you twice, you're almost dead practically. And also Kazuya's new move where he kicks you a whole bunch and slams on the ground, that does like 40%. So that's gonna get nerfed. Like, obviously this is a beta, so they're Harada's been saying stuff on Twitter like, oh yeah, we know we're gonna change stuff about that. So it's just good feedback. So I can't really say much about my experience or anything like that, but it seems like everybody's having a good time. There's a lot of broken stuff. They're going to change it and, make it a lot better, but it seems like most people agree that all the characters are fun to use. That's the thing. So I'm glad. And it also had 16 characters, so it's all the characters they showed in the trailers that were playable for the beta. But yeah. Alright, to the next game, we're going to talk about Street Fighter 6 real quickly because this video is already super long. Pretty much the news for Street Fighter 6 is, Rashid, he had a godlike trailer, I will say. Like, it actually shows the expectations for all the DLC characters, I'm hoping, that they're all super creative and fun. Came out about, like, 2 weeks later, I believe. Really fun to play. Is he broken or anything like that? Well, he did have a game-breaking glitch where if you use his level 2, you could kick the tornado, and it would stay on you, and you would just destroy them. That's gone. There's also like another thing that he had where he could stay on the wall for a little bit, and when he jumped off the wall, he was invulnerable. They also changed that too. So now he's pretty much fine to play. You fine to fight, fine to use. I think overall he's a really fun character to use. He's very different, and actually he's really complicated to use. If anything, I'd say he's complicated. I made a video about him actually, about how I felt about him. He's a really complicated character, really good mix-up character. And will definitely be something crazy to see on Evo. Like he'll be a wrench in some people's plans. I'll say that. Like I don't think he's game breaking, but since no one knows any information about him, he's going to be really strong for the tournament ahead, which will happen it's this week. So that's going to be interesting to see. Now that is pretty much it for Street Fighter 6 essentially. The next news will probably be Project L and Granblue. I'll go over the Project L news first. Now, when it comes to Project L, they did add a new update thing. They updated us. They said they would do that every once in a while when they can. And they are, officially announcing that they're adding tag. Now, I will say, I'm not really a big fan of Project L. Like, it doesn't really interest me too much, but it's pretty cool to add. Like, it looks really, really sick. So that you can have 2 v2s. And how it works is that, so pretty much you choose your characters, right? And then, say for instance, player 1 throws in the assist, right? And then that would be player 2 technically, his character. I think they can hold a button, stay in the screen, player 1 will get out after they're done with their attack animation, and then you can continue a combo from there or whatever you did, which is pretty sick. I think that's actually something kind of spicy, so I'm wondering how crazy that game's going to be. So that's pretty much what the new system that they added works is. You can, like I said, you can do 1 versus 2 as well, so that's something really nice to see. I don't think they added any new characters or anything from what I believe. This is like, the Mace 4 that they've shown, so yeah. That's actually some exciting news. Now when it comes to Granblue, you're going to get a little unexciting news, which is, if you're not a Granblue player, pretty much they're making a control system easier to use for so it's pretty much like a mechanic where you can enter in a special move. They're not scaling that anymore. Like, you would have to do an input, like say for instance Hadouken, right? And in Street Fighter 6 there is monitor controls. You can press triangle, Hadouken, whatever. They're making that this exact same damage as this you inputting it from like classic controls. That's essentially what they're doing, and everybody's mad about it. Like, people are saying the game is dead on release. Everybody's just going up about it, and it's understandable. It's justified because that is not a smart move. There's a reason why it is balanced in a way to make people that are just not good at the game really strong for no reason. They don't need to do that. Like, I understand the vision, like, oh yeah, make the game fun. That'll ruin the pro scene for the game. Like, any competitive scene will be dead because everybody's just going to use the easier input thing. So why would they do a quarter circle when, if they want to uppercut, why would they do a Z motion when you could just press up and special, or it might be down, I believe, down triangle. So why would they do that? So that's kind of unfortunate to see. But they could change this real quickly, honestly, because this was a big change. Like, they had a discussion about it, but I'm hoping that it's not permanent. Like, simple inputs were already in the game, which I was fine with. Like, I have no problem with that at all, but it's just like you're making the other one pointless in a sense, because over time in competitive scene, even if you really mess with classic, eventually if you want to win, you're just gonna have to stop using that. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel at that point, you're just gonna have to stop. So yeah, it's a bad decision in my opinion. Maybe they'll change it, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best for that game though. And lastly, some Evo news just to touch it off, which is, Evo's happening this week, starting on August 4th, and it will be ending at August 6th, which will be the last day for Grand Finals. Now, the games that are going to be showing are going to be Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, Mortal Kombat 11, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So it's a very interesting lineup this year. And the prize pool for Street Fighter is like 70,000, I believe. So it's a pretty big prize pool compared to everybody else, because other prize pools for other things are going to be like 20,000, I believe. So you're definitely going to see a lot of people in the Street Fighter 6 pools. A lot of people. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover. Also, actually, there is going to be, I think they announced there's going to be a new game coming out but it's not. I think they say it's not from a big company or something like that, so we don't know what it could be, you know, or what company. They didn't say what company, I don't think. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Capcom or Bandai, because if it's Capcom, probably going to be more for Capcom 4, but that's most not likely because they're probably focusing on Street Fighter 6 mainly right now. That's like their big game. And I'm thinking it might not be Virtual Fighters either, even though that's like the one you would think it would be. It could be Bloody Roar, but I'm not too sure. Or KI or something. I'm hoping for one of those two, or this could be a brand new studio or a new game entirely. But we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Holy smokes, actually there's one more thing. I almost forgot about this. It's the King of Fighters 15 trailer for Najd. That my trailer view, my reaction to it, honestly, I was optimistic, but I don't know, I wasn't really too excited. Maybe it's because I didn't really use her, or no, I didn't buy her in 14 actually. I never played her, but she did look cool to me when I did see her gameplay of her little shadow demon thing. I do think though that she does look a bit better in 14. Maybe that's just me, but I think her special moves would look a lot cooler. Because when her climax in this game, it's alright. I do think the coolest thing about her is that she can absorb you, and then the next hit of like one of her special moves, it's different. And I guess I'm not sure how the absorption works, because she has like a little special stop. So this is unique to specifically this character, which is the first for this game, which is very interesting. So I'm wondering if they're going to change stuff later down the line in a bigger update. They might announce an Evo, but I don't know. But I like how it does change the properties of her special moves, because if you get like I guess a better card, you'll hit harder, and then it'll give you a better opportunity to get a combo off her. Like, they're still in the air. So that's the cool part about this character so far, in my opinion. And the new stage is godlike. I'm not gonna lie, the fountain, it kind of reminds me of Tekken 6. The fountain, that's what it reminds me of, like a little bit, just not as flashy, which it suits a lot better. So this stage is really cool, really cool. But yeah, that is all the news that has happened in July. I know it's a bit of a longer video, but there was too much news in freaking Mortal Kombat. There was too much news. I'm not gonna lie to you. The next one for August is probably gonna be even longer because of Evo. So that's gonna be something else to talk about too. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great day, night, noon, or whatever time period you guys are that, man. And I will see you guys next time.